The neon sign flickered, casting a weak, buzzing, pink glow onto the wet pavement. 3:17 a.m. Inside the diner, the smell of stale coffee and bleach hung in the air. She was wiping down the chrome countertop, the circles becoming slower, her shoulders aching. The booths were empty. The jukebox was silent. It was always like this, just before the real loneliness of the early morning set in. The bell above the door didn't just chime, it slammed, a harsh jangle against the silence. Two men filled the doorway. Not truckers, not late-night partiers. Their uniforms were dark blue, the polished leather of their belts and holsters catching the dim light. They didn't head for a booth. They walked straight to the counter, their boots heavy on the checkered tile. They sat. She brought 2 glasses of water, the ice clinking. "Coffee?" she asked, her voice tired but polite. The first one, the older one with a face like worn leather, just watched her. The younger one tapped his fingers on the counter, a rapid, nervous rhythm. "We just need to ask you a few questions," the older one said. His voice was gravel, meant to intimidate. "About what?" she asked, turning to grab the coffee pot anyway, force of habit. "You've been working here long," he countered, ignoring her question. "Long enough." She placed a mug in front of him. He didn't touch it. "We heard," the younger one finally spoke, "that you see a lot of things on this shift. Things people don't want seen." A cold spike of adrenaline shot through her exhaustion. This wasn't a random stop. She kept her hand steady as she poured the coffee, the dark liquid steaming. "I see people who need eggs at 3 a.m. That's all." The older one laughed, a dry, humorless sound. "Cut it. We know what's been happening in the back alley. We know you've been watching. We just need that little security box from the back office." Her blood ran cold. She had seen it. The alley, the unmarked car, the package exchange. She thought she was invisible. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said, her voice dropping, losing its waitress politeness. "I think you do." The older officer's hand snaked out, grabbing her wrist. The grip was iron. "You're going to walk back there, get the hard drive, and give it to us. And then you're going to forget you ever saw us." The diner, her refuge, suddenly felt like a cage. His grip tightened, a cruel twist. She could feel the pulse in her own wrist, throbbing with sudden hot anger. She looked at his hand, then at his eyes. "You should let go of me," she said, her voice a whisper. He laughed again. He started to pull her toward him. It happened faster than a plate drops. She didn't pull away. She leaned in, using his own leverage against him. With her free hand, she snatched the scalding hot coffee pot from the warmer. He saw it coming, but was too slow. She smashed the glass pot directly onto his forearm. He screamed, a high-pitched, agonizing sound, releasing her wrist as he recoiled, clutching his arm. The younger officer fumbled for his holster, his eyes wide with shock. She didn't hesitate. She grabbed the heavy-duty sugar dispenser, solid glass and steel, and hurled it. It struck the younger officer square in the chest, knocking the wind out of him. As he stumbled back, she vaulted over the counter, landing silently on the tiles. The older officer was still blinded by pain. She grabbed a towel, wrapped it around her hand, and punched the fire alarm on the wall, the sound instantly deafening. She didn't run to the office. She ran for the front door. She burst out into the night air just as the older officer, his face crimson with rage, emerged from behind the counter, drawing his weapon. "Stop!" he yelled. She was already gone, melting into the labyrinth of alleys behind the diner, the alarm bells screaming into the night. They had seen a tired waitress. They had no idea she'd spent 8 years in the military. They had no idea that the security box wasn't in the back office, but already safe. They hadn't just messed with a waitress. They had messed with the one person who had the evidence, the training, and the will to burn their whole world down.